Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flick Show. My name is Chris Wong. It seems like every other day, or even every day, there's a little bit more we learn about Justice League, the Snyder Cut. And this one, after the whole Ray Porter is Darkseid, this is something that's been in the background and kind of forgotten, but now it's coming back up. This certain person named Nick McKinless, an actor who played Ares in Justice League, confirms that Zack Snyder shot a whole fight sequence with Darkseid, or Yuxas. Nick McKinless put this on Instagram in response to a post at DC Last Stand. This is correct. I played Ares in Justice League, not the previous actor. I was not credited for my work. We shot a whole fight sequence with Darkseid. I trained for 4 months to get in that shape. Zach was amazing to work with. Thanks for posting this. And we should have saw this a little bit. Okay, so during the Justice League promotions, he actually retweeted Zack Snyder's United poster that Zach put out, and it says, he's got his body fat down to like 6%. Worked really hard for this role. Unfortunately, he didn't get credited, and he's actually in the movies, guys. It's not like he's not in the movies. You actually see him a little bit. He jumps up with the axe behind his head, swings down on Steppenwolf, and that was that. But it's so frustrating to see these actors and actresses and just cast and crew who are in the movie, but even maybe they don't get paid, they don't get credited. That's kind of really out there, and I'm wondering if this is true. I'm wondering if it's really true that, I mean, he says he's not getting credited, but I'm wondering how far is his name at least in the special thanks. Did he get money about it? And he's very much talking about it. He's very much out in the open about it. It's nothing that he's actually hiding, in fact, with it. And so I am really semi annoyed that people like Ray Porter, now Nick McKinless, are not being recognized for their work. This is atrocious. What has Warner Brothers done? And I know, I get it. This might probably happen in Hollywood movies, but that's not an excuse. I think it really is a time for change. Now, we should have known this because weeks ago, lots, is like 71 weeks ago. It says he had responded a long time ago for Justice League in terms of a fan on Instagram, and he says, I was Ares. David Thewlis, who is credited in Justice League in the credits as Ares. He was the Ares in Wonder Woman, and David Thewlis. Thewlis did the voice, and I believe they used a likeness of his head. Otherwise, all me. Pretty sure it got cut. The movies will be re-released as a director's cut eventually at around 3 hours, which is where it should have been. So there you go. He says will be re-released as director's cuts eventually at around 3 hours, which is where it should have been. And so it seems like he's confident that there is a director's cut out there, and which we all know there is at this point, right? There is one, but that he's confident and optimistic, and we can't wait to see it. He says this: I would like to talk about it more, but want the best possible platform to highlight our work and where the history lesson could have gone. Maybe we should make a fan-made film focusing on the history lesson. And just to hear that, the fan-made film focusing on the history lesson, it's a substantial piece. It's not the short piece that you saw in the Justice League movie. Even Kevin Smith, when he read about what was deleted, and we now know most of that came true, one of them was that they all had speaking lines. There was actually dialogue in the history lesson. And knowing full well it wasn't Steppenwolf, they were fighting Darkseid. Now, was Darkseid looking like Darkseid in that, or they were shooting like they were filming Darkseid, and they eventually just changed that out? They just changed it to be Steppenwolf, and in those cases. So, but we know Ray Porter was cast as Darkseid. How far did he get? We're unsure. He is under an NDA. Nick McKinless, seemingly not under an NDA possibly because he wasn't credited. So I wonder if there's something there. I wonder if we could know more about that. I wonder if more of that will come out eventually for that, about what happened during the history lesson. How much more can we see? And ultimately it's going to be in the Snyder Cut. But it is exciting, and that's something I would really want. ARES going against Darkseid. Darkseid didn't just come up the end. Young Darkseid was, flipping. He was fighting. It was taking out gods. Gods had to come together and take him out. A weaker Darkseid. I am so in that. I would totally want to see that. I'm telling you, like I said, we've said this whole time before. Even if you're not interested in Snyder Cut, which you will be when it comes out, you're going to be kind of just curious to want to watch it and see how different it is from the movie we got in theaters. And so hopefully we get good news about announcement or something later down in the line. This also thing is quite interesting, and put your tinfoil hats on if you will. Jerome Schmidt tweeted this to me. He says, guys, holy crap, release a Snyder Cut, RT Snyder Cut. He talked about this for a second. He says, okay, guys, does that mean the no Kryptonians, no lanterns line was actually freaking Darkseid? Because I never thought that sounded like Step. It would make sense now why that got cut from the movie. Now, Leonidas, Science 2323, he actually tweeted about this a while back, and there were conversations, there were people pushing back on how, it sounded like there's two different voices in that trailer. Now, the voices were very guttural and very scary. That's probably why Warner Brothers made his Steppenwolf's his voice lighter and not so scary. But I like that deeper voice. It was much more scary. It was much more intimidating, if you will. And so I really wanted that part of Steppenwolf. It sounded so weird that he didn't sound that scary. And then now people are wondering, maybe that's two different voices. Maybe that was Steppenwolf and that was Darkseid, or that was Darkseid the whole time and then Steppenwolf's voices later on. But a lot of people said, no, that's not the case. That's just a different voice on that, whatever. So someone responded to Jerome, and it says, holy crap, that just blew my mind. Hashtag release a Snyder Cut. Hashtag release a Snyder version. Hashtag reporters are Darkseid. Release the goddamn cut, you sons of a bitches. That's a long, I actually seen that trending, that one hashtag. But anyway, Ray Porter liked that reply. He liked that reply. So does that mean that he did voice as he did do those voices, the no Kryptonians, no lanterns? Was that deeper, scarier voice actually Darkseid and not Steppenwolf? I don't know. I'm not sure. He could just be liking it because it says hashtag Ray Porters are Darkseid, and maybe he's liking a lot of things. Although when you look at his likes, he doesn't like everything that's Ray Porters are Darkseid. So who knows? But that is an interesting conversation as well. Maybe Zack Snyder can clear it up or whatever, or people can clear up that voice, that sound and things, to see if it's either Ciaran Hinds or Ray Porter doing that, or maybe Ray Porter was intentionally gonna say those lines and probably recorded, but they had Ciaran Hinds re-recorded in his voice or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. But in any case, it is apparent that the trailer voice is much more intimidating, much more scarier than the movie that we got. And whether it's Darkseid or Steppenwolf, they really should have kept with that voice, that scary voice. But no, I think the executives wet their pants when they heard that, and went off crying to Disney to make some Marvel movies. No, I'm just kidding. But a little bit more about those phone calls. I did get to listen to Dave and Zodwriter or Joseph, and so got to hear their little vodka stream, and I thought it was really cool. Just listened to it today. Wanted to get on last night, but I couldn't. And kind of cool. Thanks for talking about me, but it was interesting to hear about what Zodwriter had to say, and I'm glad Dave brought him on, because I know they were getting kind of going at it on Twitter. And I told, I tweeted out, like, and I even talked about it, I think. Did I tweet it out? I don't remember. But I talked about it that when it comes to Zodwriter, I know him, and I'm gonna believe him. I tend to believe what he heard, and so I'm gonna, be on that side. I'm glad that Dave was able to talk to him and kind of got knowing what type of person Zod is. He's a professional and things like that. He's definitely got something there that is worth noting. In the fact where Zod said that they are going to they're pinning its release, right? Now, we're not sure what that means. And we know that she probably said that. Sure. What the context of what she meant, she probably, like he said, it may have slipped. Possibly may have slipped in terms of, like, she knew something was coming out, or is in fact this is part of the script wing, like saying how there's going to be an announcement or a statement regarding the Snyder Cut, and that is coming out, right? And that is forthcoming. And speaking of forthcoming, at Man of Tomorrow 21 had posted a video of him calling the operator as well. The operator, now the Zodwriter talked to the personal assistant of Walter Hamada. This gentleman talked to the operator, and she said the announcement is forthcoming. Now that, like I said, it could mean announcement of the statement of regarding all these Snyder Cut calls regarding this situation that Warner Brothers is in. So it's not totally like, oh, she knows the Snyder Cut is coming. No, be optimistic about it, but keep in mind that this is possibly scripted in terms of what's coming, what's not, what they can say, what they can't say. But keep in open mind, it is exciting. At least it's exciting to know it's not I'm sorry, sir, that does not exist. I'm sorry, sir, that there is no such thing. They don't shut you down. They're just saying that what they've been told is to not comment on this until it's released publicly to the trades, or the trades publicly release this, and an announcement, something is forthcoming, a statement, something to that extreme. And so that gets me excited. I gotta say, it does excite me to no end on how that's coming out. Now people are wondering, and like myself also wondering, what could this be? What could this announcement be? And is this something we should worry about? Because we did had a hit piece that was done, was it last year or 2 years ago? I forgot, last year, I think. And it was in regards to Ben Fritz and the Wall Street Journal, which I was interviewed with, along with Jay Oliva, Fiona, and I was another gentleman, I forgot what his name. And so it was a hit piece, and we were kind of, put down, we were disgraced and things like that. And so we're wondering, hopefully, maybe this announcement won't be another hit piece on that. And it could be. And if it is, we'll keep fighting, because we know the truth now. It's nothing they can't really shake. The boss himself, Zack Snyder, has told us himself that the Snyder Cut exists. So I can't believe this is which gives us a lot more strength in order to keep fighting. That's what I'm trying to say. But interesting, on last night's video, vodka stream from Dave and Zod, Stephen M. Colbert actually came on. He's the gentleman that writes for Screen Rant, right? And he's on our side. He writes all kinds of stuff for Snyder Cut and stuff like that. So he's kind of in the inside business. And he said this. I noticed his chat on the right side, and I screen captured it. I hope it's okay, Stephen. But he said this. I don't think he was concurrent to Ben Fritz. I don't think he was in control of that article. It was a paid job for Warner Brothers, and he intentionally punted it. Then he took a promotion to U.S. News instead of entertainment instead. I was told a few weeks before that it was a hit piece. So he knew that it was a hit piece. They were trying to do this. Warner Brothers was trying to silence us. Warner Brothers was trying to embarrass us, or Warner Brothers was trying to do all this to get rid of the movement before San Diego Comic-Con. They were trying to silence us. It's in a way they were trying to do something in that effect. Of course, I think we only got stronger. We only got more aggressive, and we only got a little bit more, I guess, more. Well, a lot of us are angry, but a lot more irritated and a lot more trying to find the truth, getting the truth, and trying to tell everybody. We're trying to get it out there. And, a lot of things have happened since then that, I don't regret at all, because it just made us stronger. It just made our movement much bigger. It made our movement more focused. And I get to meet a lot of you. I get to know a lot of you guys, and it's just a great journey we've been on. And it's not over yet, but I believe we are getting towards the end game. We are in the end game, and then we're going to keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. That's what we're going to continue to do until Warner Brothers recognizes us, recognizes that we know that there is a Snyder Cut, a director's cut, and that we'll keep asking for it until you guys eventually will release it. And so, which is interesting. I just want to put this out there. You guys don't have to go and watch it. But someone did tag me, telling me that John Campea had put out was on a podcast today, just today, and around the 2 hour mark, 2 hour 16-minute mark, he literally said the Snyder Cut doesn't exist, guys. We gotta stop. And he says that Zack Snyder said at the panels that he didn't finish it, and there is there is no cut. And I'm like, really? You weren't listening, were you? I mean, I was kind of like shocked, and I'm like, well, I mean, that's what he's gonna believe, then that's what he's gonna believe. John Kemp's gonna believe that. He believes that there's an assembly cut, but a multiple assembly cuts, but it's not. There's no actual cut that's been put together, which Jay Oliva had refuted, but and Zack Snyder refuted himself. So I'm amazed at John Campea. I don't know what happened to him. He was a Zack Snyder, Man of Steel, and BVS supporter for a long time, and he probably is. But in terms of the Snyder Cut and Zack Snyder putting out and with the fans and actually embracing all this, is the way he's disgusted with that is just I scratch my head. I have no idea what's wrong with him. But anyway, back to the fandom. We are doing a whole bunch of things, and it's really thanking Eric Blake at Hardboiled Films, and Chris and Brandon, and Mick D, the Nerd Queens, Ramesh. Who's Ramesh, by the way, incredible, awesome work with art and stuff like that. They are going to do a full-scale advertising assault at Comic-Con, and we need your help. This is a little image that Ramesh had made, released the Snyder Cut at RT Snyder Cut. That is our official Twitter for this movement, at RT Snyder Cut. So please continue to spread the word, have everybody follow that. We have to come together to this. This can only be done when we come together, continue pushing for the Snyder Cut, continue pushing for artistic creative integrity. This is why we're here. This is what it all means. And this whole thing is gonna be there's probably a crowdfund campaign to get all the resources and everything put together for flyers, shirts. I heard there may be even a helicopter banner coming in. There's gonna be some stuff here, and it's gonna be at the San Diego Comic-Con, not inside but probably on the outside as people walk in and people walk out. Maybe during I don't know, we haven't got down to the details. Very much on Saturday at Hall H, but also probably on Friday as well. There's a lot of people. Even Will Rollins is going out there. He also has I'm gonna put that link in the description below. He has his own kind of crowdfunding that he's gonna put money towards the movement as well. So it's Ink to the People are making shirts, but that's in addition to what we're going to do with McD and Ink to the People. We're going to do the same thing where half the proceeds are going to go to the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention once again, and the other half is going towards the movement. We're not making money on any of this. This is all for the movement. This is all for the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. So this is extremely important. This is extremely cool for everybody to come together to do this, and I love this. I love this, in fact, and to the point that I'm putting my own money out. I told everybody I'm gonna make, when Ramesh makes those incredible character, maybe if I have time you can see it here, but like Superman on top of the SC logo, Wonder Woman holding up the SC logo, Batman on the SC logo, things like that. I'm going to try gather all of them, and I'm going to make some little postcard flyers, handouts that they could hand out at Center. I'm going to fund it myself. I'm going to make maybe like 100 or 50 of each, and then I'll send it to somebody over there, maybe McD or whoever is going to be there, whoever has an address in San Diego or in California, and they're going to take it over to San Diego Comic-Con, to the booth, to that tent. Let me know, but I'm going to send that to them, and I'll probably arrange it myself, but they're going to pass it out. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it there. I will be here again, just like last year, going to talk about, live at Hall H thing. That was kind of fun to be not really in the same room with you guys, but I guess in the same chat, and we can kind of experience it live together. I thought that was kind of cool. It's like being with friends and family for the Super Bowl, something like that, So I thought that was kind of cool, so I'll probably do it again. But anyway, it'll be great to see the fan base come together again. I wish I could have been there, but I do have shows of my own to do here and regarding in my own career. But anyway, I will show my support as much as I can. Send some shirts or something like that. But we're gonna, find out the details. And thank you guys for putting that together. The project with the crew of Project Comic-Con. Right now, there's like 40 something people on there. Ramesh made some awesome free, fold out flyers that I can probably get printed and send it down as well. This is looking amazing. I mean, I'm just so incredibly thrilled and hyped and happy you guys are doing this. And I am so happy that we're all coming together. We're all voicing our voice as one in the release of Snyder Cut, and hopefully we can bring justice to Zack Snyder, to his friends and family, to the cast and crew, to the people that didn't get credited, to every single person out there, and this be the symbol for artists and creators and actors and actresses that your voice, your appearances, you deserve to be credited. Your work deserves to be shown. This is this moment. This is what this movement means. Release the Snyder Cut, Warner Brothers. We are coming. All right, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.